in the spirit, and God was ushering some folk into your season, and there you are sitting there acting like they don't move me, that ain't doing nothing for me. I'm here to tell you, when God speaks over your life, just grab it and grab it by faith. Look at here, the Bible said it should have been the end of a wonderful story, but the baby one day died. And when the baby died, look, you remember the first woman, the average woman, the word said when she got in trouble, she ran to the man of God saying, oh, woe is me, help me, I can't make it. But when the great woman had her son lying at the point of death, lying dead, the word says she did not lose her mind. As a matter of fact, when she told her husband she had to go see the preacher, he said, baby, what's wrong? She said, don't even worry. Everything is all right. I'm trying to get you to understand, when you begin to run or go or grow from average to great, your faith in God is increased. You recognize that the same God that brought you through your last stuff is the same God that's going to carry you on a cross. She went to the man of God and she told him what the problem was. And I think I was telling you just a little while ago, he came to that baby laying on his bed in the attic. He laid and stretched himself out over the child. He labored in prayer, got up from the bed, walked and talked with God, came back and sneezed 7 times in the child's mouth. And the first biblical record of mouth-to-mouth resuscitation without a CPR license, without any kind of life-saving training, God jumped in the situation and brought that boy back to life. Well, I see I'm boring y'all, but I've got to be true to my calling. God said, tell them they need, if they want to go from average to great, they need to learn, first of all, to honor God. Honor God with your first fruits. I know some folk don't understand why the church puts emphasis on giving. Why does the church seem like they're so concerned about offerings? And why does the preacher stand and declare, bring the tithe? But Jesus said, where your treasure is, that's where your heart is. And some folk, if you want to find your treasure, you need to look in the directory of your checkbook and see who it is you spend your money to. You ain't saying nothing. Some of y'all don't worship God. Some of y'all worship GMAC, and some of y'all worship Visa, and some of y'all done got quiet. I must be getting on your pew. Some of y'all worship MasterCard and Discover and JCPenney. Can I get on your pew this morning? Some of y'all worship everything but God. And I mean, you spend hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars on what you call your monthly needs. And you come to church and give God the pennies and crumbs from your checking account. But God told me to tell you, if you learn how to honor Him, if you learn how to give honor to whom honor is due, yet children, if you honor God with your first fruits, but not only honor God, you got to learn to honor your father and your mother. I know it's Father's Day, but my brothers and sisters, the real father we've got to lean on is God the Father. But then not only should we lean on God the Father and honor him, but we've got to honor the fathers God has given us. You know, when I was growing up, and I know that was in the good old days, but when I was growing up, we were taught to honor and respect our elders. They might not have been in the family biologically, but because they were older than us and we held to the truth that it takes the whole village to raise a child, we were taught to respect our elders. And the reason we were taught to respect our elders is because they wanted us to learn to give honor to whom honor is due. And so you got to learn to honor fathers and mothers. And some folk, if we would just be real this morning, some people don't have good recollections of father or mother. Some folk were abused and misused. Some folk were left to fend for themselves. Some children, you don't hear me, but were abandoned by mama and not concerned about by daddy. And we have a problem honoring father and mother. But I don't care how bad mama and daddy was. God used mama and daddy to get you here. And now that you're here, you can be adopted by a real daddy and still honor the daddy God used to bring you through. Can I get a witness in the house? Some of y'all looking at me funny, like, Reverend, you done lost your mind. If you knew what I went through, if you knew what I put up with, you wouldn't make the request to honor my father and mother. But my brothers and sisters, if you want to move from average up to great, there's some things you gotta do that you don't want to do. Can I get a witness in here? As a matter of fact, I've come to learn that there are some things I need that are hidden in things I dislike. Did you hear me? I said there's some things I need that are hidden in stuff I don't like. What you talking about, Reverend? I like to stay slim and trim, but it's hidden in exercise and eating right. Sometimes what I need is hidden in the stuff I don't like. Y'all just gonna sleep this morning? Let me come to a close. When I was playing football back in high school, I love the game. I love to hit and I love to be hit. I just love the game. Y'all don't hear me. But the thing I really couldn't stand was calisthenics. You ain't saying nothing. The first 2 weeks of practice, the only football we saw was the one the coach held up to run in place and put down to fall on the ground. We didn't run no touchdowns. We didn't catch any passes for 2 weeks. I'm gonna tell you what we called it: Gehenna week. Hades week. For y'all that don't know Jesus, it was hell week. But for 2 solid weeks, he ran us to death. I mean, sometimes we crawled out of practice. Sometimes we had to hold each other up because we were so tired. But later on, at the end of the season, we were in the semifinals. I wish I had a witness in here. It was 2 minutes left in the game. We were 3 points behind.